We're gonna go upstairs here at up to Michael's roof here and get a good look at the solar again.
Okay, you can see we don't have any sun today, but we're gonna just go up here. We're gonna walk up right here.
Do you get anything on a day like this? How much do you get on a day like today?
Right now I'm getting 740 watts going to my big system.
Okay.
From all the panels here. On the rooftop, not these. These are going to the small system. The old system is where these are going.
Which ones? These?
Those four go to the old system.
Okay, this is the old system. How many watts per panel?
2,200 watts.
2,200?
550 per panel.
550. Okay, you'd like the 550 because of the logistical issues with the charging and all. 550 is the right number.
Right.
Easy. All right, guys. This is like the top of the second floor, so this is like 3 floors up.
Yeah, you can love my view from here, though.
Yep. After you film me trying to crawl up the roof.
Oh, you climbing the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always good. Okay, James is climbing up my roof. Hold that right there on your right side. There you go. Easy peasy. Be careful when you come up. Make sure you maintain your balance. There you go. Because we are barefoot. We came up barefoot because of the rain. It's actually safer to be barefoot. Okay, just hold on there. Okay, we're good. Okay, so what we've done here with our new system is these four panels you see, you'll see the difference in them. These 4 panels are 575 watt. These are called Longi, the brand name Longi. I bought these because I was going to make my whole system of Longi. It's a very top of the line solar panel you can buy, Longi. Then we bought these bifacial N-type mono solar panels, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I just bought these the other day. These are each 550 watt panels. And then the way I mounted them, my roof is flat for the most part, angles, very slight angle. I put 2x4 purlins underneath, going underneath all the panels here, okay, to hold them at an angle so that when it rains, the water can run off. You don't want water standing on your panels. That will degrade your panel efficiency. So I have 8 panels, 2, 4, 6, 8, 550 watt up here, and 4 575 watt. This is my Starlink Gen 2 system, my antenna right here. And then I have signal. We used to run 2 TVs off signal, and we don't do that anymore. Our TVs are smart TVs.
Okay, so they're running off Starlink.
Yeah, we're running everything off Starlink now. And this is our view from the top of my house.
So this is like your beachfront here too, guys. So when we were down on the beach earlier, you guys saw the video. Going that way is Mike's beachfront here.
Yeah, that's one of the properties we own here. And we own 3 beachfronts here. We own a 600 square meter down here in an area called Liag. We own the beachfront here where we were viewing. And then just down over here, 4 properties down, we have another 3,395 square meters going up from the beach all the way up the hill to the elementary school.
So I see
I'll show you that another time.
You've also got an antenna here with a wireless bridge and an access point?
Yes, this is, you can see the top of the antenna. Yeah. We built this antenna. We were going to put our own Wi-Fi here, but then we changed to Starlink. And so the M-Pesa Wi-Fi from Kinyanandutai is transmitting from their village over there, here, receiving the signal and then distributing their signal around the village, so our village here. That's how they're getting their Wi-Fi, because I'm not going to let them use all my Starlink.
Yeah, we don't have enough bandwidth left over.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
So
excellent, Michael.
That's upstairs. This is a solar, and they're wired up right now. It's 4 panels wired together in series, and then the power goes down the wire run you see over there, the yellow and white and red wires. That's the panels going down. The small panel you see on the end, that's a 300 watt, 12 volt, 300 watt panel. That's powering the M-Pesa Wi-Fi for the guy that's selling it. Oh. I let him use my solar panel for that. Nice guy, huh?
Yeah. Free electricity.
Okay, I'll let you go down first, and then I'll, since I'm more used to this, I wanted to put a Kubo up here, but I don't have no more room now. Unless I put the solar on the Kubo. You want to keep the solar as flat as possible to your roof, and I have mine tied down with 170 nylon. You can see the nylon running across, and the toughest storms can come here, and I don't lose my Wi-Fi won't, or my solar won't move. It doesn't budge. This nylon's really tough stuff. So I don't buy all the framing. I use wood or the steel purlins and then nylon to tie it down. And my solar goes nowhere. I can get a strong typhoon here and not going anywhere. Very safe.
You want to hand that down so
Okay.
you got both hands?
There you go. Okay, I'm good.
I felt like I was a little
Go
bit
to your left
high
side
in the
this
sky.
time. Go to your left
This way?
and down. Not the way we came up. Go down the other
That way?
Yeah,
Alright.
it's not so steep.
All right, I got it.
Okay, good. Gradual, more gradual. You can hold the house.
Try not to get.
I get this blue pipe. I wonder what this blue pipe is doing up here. Speaker? I wonder what this stuff's doing up here. The screen in the window. It's over here. What are these guys doing up here?
So you,
It'll be down in the neighbor's yard.
you're not even using these bedrooms right now, huh?
No, this bedroom we're refurbishing right now, repainting. With my brother, I don't know how this got broken. I think somebody threw a rock from next door, broke my window. But we're changing this out and we're painting the inside. You can go inside and take a look. We're painting the inside up and making this all green with my worker right here painting.
Hello,
This
Karen.
is Tauntaun.
You got your tauntaun.
Tauntaun is painting. Doing all the green and white painting. You see here.
Okay.
This is going to be my guest room. When I have guests who come visit, this will be where they come, where they stay.
Yeah, it's
a
nice.
cool room. You don't need aircon up here. It's stays really cool, this room. But I'm going to repair the window. It's just a bedroom and then a CR here.
Excellent. It's really actually a well thought out setup.
CR with shower.
Yeah.
Just small, like a little apartment, studio apartment. But we're going to be using this for guests to stay in. That's it. And they have their own balcony here, which is nice. And I may end up changing the wall at some point and putting clear glass here
Uh-huh.
for the balcony so you can see through it. I think that would be a lot better.
Very nice.
I'm going to try this way through the step. I just squeezed my tummy through.
I'm not into the superstition thing about walking under the ladder.
Ah, look at this.
I walked under plenty of. Oh yeah, calamansi. That's my favorite, man. Black tea and calamansi.
Money she can take and cut some and make the juice. Calamansi juice.
We got one nice one on the mountain, and then we got two that we just planted at our house, and they're doing pretty good.
Calamansi does good. That's only a 2-year-old
Yeah,
tree.
yeah.
Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the solar now. It's okay.
Yeah, that's why I like the hat. All right. So we're here in Masbate Island with Michael Lee White, and we're talking about this morning. We're going to talk about solar. Michael is a Navy 20-year Navy veteran. He's a sonar operator in the SSN Hunter Killer subs, and very technically adept guy. And he's running solar out here in the province. He's got the practical experience, and he's going to explain about his 11,000 watt system. So,
okay, well, recently we've added a new system onto our home, and we started by purchasing a hybrid inverter, 12,000 watts. Solus is the brand name. The price on that, you'll see, varies, but it's around 78,000 is what I paid. They vary depending on the reseller. You can get them cheaper, you can get them more expensive. Depends on who's selling them and what they're looking for profit. But anyway, here in Masbate, the store we have here had them for 78,000. We also purchased 550 watt solar panels because our old system was 550 watt solar panel setup, and I didn't want to add 610 watt panels because you want to try to have a balanced system. If you're using 550, you start with 550, use 550. If you start with 610, use all 610s. Because what happens is if you were to use a 550 and a 610, then the 610 is useless. It drops to 550. You only get 550 watts of power when you combine the two. So you may as well keep your panels balanced. They're cheaper that way. Right now I've seen solar panels, 550 watt bifacial in mono panels. The ones I bought were 3,600. When we say bifacial in, what that means is it's a new technology that allows the sun to come from either side of the panel. So if you have a reflective surface under your panel where the sun can reflect, it will actually give you more power because you'll have the sun hitting directly on top and a reflection of sun hitting on the bottom, and the panel is very thin. You can almost see through it. It's almost transparent. So it gives you an ability to gain a little bit more power. So at 550 watts, we set our entire system up. We have now around 11,100 watts of power feeding into a 12,000 watt Solus inverter, hybrid inverter, which is designed for, it has connections for on-grid, generator, and solar. They have 12 connections underneath. Actually, there's 6 connections plus 6 connections minus. So you can put on strings of solar connected in series up to 9 550 watt panels in one string. You just cannot exceed 500 or 12,000 watts total that the solar inverter is designed to carry. So you can up your system up all the way up to 12,000 watts if you want. In my case, I found that with the panels I currently have connected, I have 3 strings, 4 panels of 550 watt, 2,200 watts per string, for a total of 6,600 watts feeding into my inverter, which is just over half the capacity. And that charges my battery up. I purchased a 51.2 volt lithium battery, 280 amp hour, which is 14,336 watts at full charge. That can run everything in my home. I'm running 2 freezers, I'm running a 4-door large refrigerator, and I'm running my half horsepower aircon. I can run my TVs. I have a 55-inch TV, a 32-inch TV, fans, lights. During the daytime, I can run everything, and still my battery is charging up. I'm not using all of my power, just to give you an idea of how it's going. Now, that's my new system. I took my old system, which was a 3,000 watt system, and instead of discarding it, I did a push-pull breaker. So I have my new system on one breaker, my old system on the other breaker. So now I can switch between the 2 systems anytime I want. I can run one system of lead acid batteries with 3,000 watts, or right now I'm actually running only 1,100 watts of power. And I'm going to up that back to 2,200 because I have 3 charge controllers. We'll get into that on how to set up a budget system in a minute. But the way I have it set up now is I'm only running 1,100 watts. I'm running my large system primarily and letting the small system charge up. And then at night we can flip to the small system and we can run fans throughout the house at night. We don't run aircon at night. It's nice and cool here. As you can see, we're right on the beach. We have the ocean right behind us. My house sits right up on a hill up here. I'm about 8 meters above sea level. The wind comes right up to my house really nicely.
Yeah, we can see the smoke from the fire here on the beach. The wind just goes straight up to your house. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. The smoke is not good.
Well, the smoke is not good, but
they're
all
burning,
night long.
The wood right now is what they're doing. They're burning old Hawaiian and leaves. And
sure, but at least it illustrates.
Yeah.
How
the wind goes.
Yeah, your airflow is going right up to your house off the water, which is
perfect. Okay, so we talk about the new system. Now I'm going to describe to you our budget system and how we first started.
Now, guys, this is the part I think that's going to interest quite a few people. I mean, I think a lot of people. There's one more question. If a person wanted to set that up, just a ballpark figure, just a rough figure. If a person wanted to get 11,000 watts out here in the province.
Okay, let me do a quick.
How much do you figure?
Let me do a quick addition here. I'll just calculate it real quick.
So if you're an expat or you're building.
Right, the battery will run you, and I found it. The same battery, I actually found a 51.2 volt DC 300 amp hour for 85,000 or 85,000.
So this is the lithium ion battery.
Lithium ion battery. You can buy them as low as 85,000 for a Dynas battery, and or a CT. It's a CTS battery, which is designed for higher temperature has the same basic capacity of a 9S battery, but it's also built into it to withstand higher temperatures. And we have a lot of high temperatures here in the Philippines. But saying that, the 9S battery is designed for up to like 140 degrees Fahrenheit, okay, which is extremely hot, and we don't see that right now. So the 9S battery is a perfect choice. I'm here on the beach. It's cool here, and I actually paid $98,000 for my battery because I didn't want to ship it from Manila and have the hassle of shipping it to my house. Where we live is off the grid. It's not completely off the grid. We'll explain that in a minute, how the village operates their power. But we basically have no power here. The genset for the village, each home is limited to 70 watts you pay 100 pesos per month, or if they have the power, you can up the system to what they call an S5, which is 300 watts of power going to your home. As you can see, neither 70 nor 300 will do anything for you.
Do nothing.
You know, you can run one inverter refrigerator on 300 amps, or the 300 watts they give you. We can run one inverter refrigerator. That's it. And most people here don't have refrigerators. Only a few people have freezers. And yes, we do run inverter. That's what we're running at our home also. So the genset in the village, the way it works is they only have a 25 amp system total. And they're feeding about, I would say, at least 70, 80 homes. So they limit it to 70 watts per home, one light bulb they call it. Or if you pay extra, let's say you're going to pay $3,600 a year, right? Which is $300 per month. Then you can get the little bit more power for your house, the 300 watts. So, and they only run power from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. That small 5-hour window is all you get for power. At 11 p.m., that generator's off. And they don't turn it back on until 6 p.m. So all day you're off grid. You have no choice.
So that's a major difference between Masbate and Panay Island. We've got much more reliable power. I don't want to say it's 100%, but we get a brownout a couple times a week. But
that's not bad when you're doing brownout in Masbate 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah, and there's no limit basically on how much electricity for residential use. We're not limited that regard either.
So you can run aircon whatever you want. And I even tried to talk the electric company into giving me a meter for my home. I don't want to live in the past. I don't want 100 watts or 70 watts. I want a meter. Give me a meter. I'll pay your bill. I'll pay you kilowatt per hour, whatever it is. I'll pay it. Okay. But they don't want to do it. So solar, they refuse. Their system's too small, and if they did it for everybody, they have no power. They have blackouts. No power.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we can see one of the major reasons you're doing solar here is you want reliability.
Exactly.
So this is going to be, I think, the more popular option for a lot of people, because I get a question of what a budget system would look like, and you've got all the answers right here. So,
yeah, a budget system for most homes where you're only going to run, say, a refrigerator, you're going to run, say, a half horsepower aircon, maybe running fans only. Really budget, you're running fans only, and a refrigerator. You can get away with very little power. You can get away with probably an 1100 watt system, which would be two 550 watt panels that cost you about 3,600 pesos each. So 7,200 peso for 2 panels, plus whatever logistics cost you to get it to where you live. In my case, it's nearly impossible. It costs money to get it here. We have our own means of transportation now, so we can overcome that price, that high price of trucking. But for some of you, just a budget system, even if you're in the city, you want to cut back on your electric bill, 2 550 watt panels will give you 1,100 watts. Okay, and as I explained before, you can run a refrigerator on 300 watts. So 1,100 watts without running hot water heater in your shower, things like that, and without running large water pumps. Unless you get a pump that draws about 800 watts, you could run that for water pump. And we do run a water pump here. We can get into the amperage of that later. It's approximately 8 amps, 1 horsepower pump.
Okay.
Is what we run.
Well,
And that's a lot of power.
There's a few people around here, even out here in the province, at least where I'm at, that have municipal water. They're filling like their tank at night,
Right.
so they don't even need a water pump.
Oh,
They're totally gravity fed.
Nice.
So basically, they're going to want to maybe have a luxury would be to have a refrigerator off
Right.
the solar, a small one maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe a chest freezer to make ice, and run their TV and charge their phones and have a fan and a light.
Exactly. Yeah. So a real budget system we were talking about is 1,100 watts of power. And then what I highly recommend is buy the lithium battery, the 25.2 volt or 25.6 volt, whichever you're buying, 280 amp hours. Okay, that I highly recommend. My sister-in-law uses that same battery, and that battery runs her half horsepower air con from 7 o'clock at night until about 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Which is air cons draw a lot of power. That battery, the lithium battery, excuse me, it discharges deeper down. For example, you can set your hybrid inverter to allow your battery to discharge down to 0 if you want. I have mine set at 20%. So mine will shut the system off once my battery has reached 20%. I don't want to discharge it all the way to 0 because there's possibility of damaging the battery.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But with the deep cycle battery, you can only go down to like, what is it, 60?
50%.
50? You go below
Yeah.
50, guys, your battery's going to lose capacity, and they ain't going to last long.
Right. Your lead acid batteries, and my old system had lead acid. We'll explain to you that in a minute. But on a budget system, you can still get a lithium battery that I spoke about, 25 volt, 280 amp hour for less than $22,000. Locally, Shopee, Lazada, they'll deliver it right to your house.
That's amazing.
So, and you can get discounts sometimes. You'll get them as low as $19,000. So you're pushing around $20,000 for a battery. You're talking about $7,200 for 2 solar panels. Since you're buying a hybrid inverter is what I recommend, because then you can do off-grid, on-grid together on a hybrid inverter. You can plug your grid in. It will actually charge your battery for you while the grid is on, say at night when there's no solar. You can charge your battery up. The second thing is when you're on solar, if you have excess of power, you'll feed it into the grid. Some places pay for it. Here in the Philippines, maybe in Manila area, they'll pay for it for you putting power to the grid. But in the province, there's no grid. There's
no grid to feed
no grid
back
here,
into.
so
No infrastructure.
I can't
for
sell
that.
anything here.
Yeah.
Whatever extra I make, just waste.
Yeah.
So don't overdo it. Do what you need to have enough power for you to be comfortable to run what you need. Keep it within your budget. If you want to go to a 2200 watt system, you can do that. You buy a 3000 watt hybrid inverter. It's a beautiful little unit. We'll show you a picture of one here shortly. We have one right here at my father-in-law's house. Maximum is 3200 watts, but it operates at up to 3000 normally. And that little hybrid unit, I don't know what he paid right now. I know it was under 25,000. It was probably around 20 on Shopee. You can find a 3000 watt inverter, maybe even as low as 12 to 15,000. So shop around, but I recommend a 3000 watt inverter. That way, if your 1100 watts is not enough, you add 2 more panels, you have 2200 watts. Yes, son.
So guys, this is extremely relevant. I get this question all the time about what it costs to move to the province, what land costs, what it costs to set up a house. Land's getting pretty pricey in the areas where you have a good power grid and the fewer interruptions. Your land price is going through the roof, guys. So if you can go off grid with this new technology, you can move further out where the infrastructure's not there. You're going to be able to find land, lower cost land, and maybe even a better overall location. And in the future, the infrastructure probably going to build out to you. But in the meantime, you won't miss the infrastructure, but your buying cost on your land and everything else is going to be a lot less because you can move further off grid. It opens up more possibilities to buy land.
Many, because even here in Masbate, okay, we live in a very small fishing village. You pan around, you'll see there are fishing boats here.
Yeah.
There's one right behind us here. I have my boats out in the water out here. There's boats over here down the shoreline. This is a small little remote fishing village. And as we explained earlier, we don't have power. So everybody here, if you hear them playing music in the daytime, it's because they charged up their electronic video key machine, okay, like we have a video
Yeah,
key
that's
player. You charge it at night, you charge it when you have power from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then that's it. The next day you can play music until your battery goes dead.
There's a large amount of OFWs, people that have lived in the West or outright Westerners, that's not going to be enough. So for you guys, we'll show this. We'll give good details up close of these plans Michael drew out, roughly what it looks like, so you guys can understand the concept and what components you need and how much it costs. So
and we also have the plan, if you want to use a lead acid battery, which I started with and I still have. I bought my batteries from Motolite. They are 12 volt DC, 200 amp hour. Okay, and when I set my system up, if you're using a lead acid battery and you're not using a hybrid inverter has a charge controller already built into it. So you don't have to buy charge controllers. Okay?
Yeah, that's
and the charge controllers they have will run up to 100 amp. So you can put lead acid batteries on and it will charge them just fine. You don't have to use lithium battery. If you want to save a little bit of money, but you're really not saving, I'll explain why. If you want to buy a cheap battery like a car battery, you think that's going to be enough to, run your fans at night? Yeah, it can run two 12-volt fans all night long, a car battery, okay? Or you can run, like I did, the 200 amp hour, 12-volt DC 200 amp hour. It's called an 8D battery. Very large, very heavy, weighs full of water. It weighs about 50 kilos per battery.
Yeah, they're big.
Extremely heavy.
Yeah.
You can buy those. Do like I did. I daisy chained them together. I series paralleled them. So I get 4 batteries. I hooked them together 2 and 2 to make 24 volt, 200 amp hour. Then I hooked those two 24 volt systems together, per se, and became 24 volt, 400 amp hour. So 9,600 watts of power. That's been running my house for probably a year now. And these batteries, previously I had different batteries, but I've been going on with solar now. I've had it since I moved here in 2020, I put solar in my house. Okay. That's how long I've had it here, 5 years already.
All right. Well, let's go get some video of the actual hardware.
Okay, let's do it. Let's walk up there.
Okay, these are 5 610 watt panels?
Yeah, we have 5 pieces here.
Okay. Nice.
There's 5 pieces, and these are all 610 watt DC panels because his system is a 3,000 watt system.
Okay.
This will give 3,050 watts of power, but sunny days, you're not going to get a full 3,000 anyway. So hooking up the 6 panels will be perfect to maximize the power for his inverter. Now we'll take a look at his inverter here and his battery. Show you what we're talking about, a budget battery. Okay. This is an EARN inverter. This is an Eco 3200 hybrid solar inverter. Okay. And he's got it set up right now. It's simple. He's got a few breakers so he can isolate the panels coming in.
Okay, so this is from the panels, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Panels, he has his battery going out to charge the battery here. And then he has his home hooked up through here.
Okay, and this is the home.
Through these breakers, yeah.
Okay. This is the charging in and the battery up to the inverter.
Correct. PV in, battery being charged through the PV comes into the inverter. The charging from the inverter comes down to charge up one battery, this one. Now, if you look at this, it's called a Pony Energy LiFePro 4 battery, 25.6 volt at 100 amp hour. Okay, you can get these up to 280 amp hour, and I highly recommend go on up to 280 amp hour because you'll have enough power to charge it up. These charge really fast. Lithium batteries charge 5 times faster than a lead acid battery.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So, yeah, lithium is the way to go, and they will charge up faster, and their discharge is about the same depending on your usage, consumption, but you can discharge deeper down to about 20%.
So how much are you looking at for a cost on a minimalist system like this?
This one I got to look online to figure out the price of it. This is about
just a ballpark figure. It doesn't have to be exact.
I would say less than 20,000.
Less than 20,000 for everything, for the battery.
The inverter.
The inverter's 20,000. The battery
20,000 for the battery.
20,000 for the battery.
40,000.
And 40,000.
And the panels were 4,300 each.
Okay.
And there's 5 of them.
So you're still well under
21,000. So 65,000
Okay.
Plus, that will cover your cost for the wire you need to run it down off your roof.
So you're still well under $2,000 because a lot of the minimalists, the limit is kind of $2,000.
$114.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you could do 2 systems for that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do this for 65, 70,000.
So you can go way off grid and still have plenty of electricity.
Plenty of power.
As long as you don't want to run a couple of deep freezes and air conditioners 24/7, you can do it on a budget.
He's running a double system too.
Okay.
He's running this solar panel's coming down, feeding into the charge controller. This is a SRNE charge controller.
So this is the older technology.
This is the older technology, system. Right? And he's running right now. You can see his power coming is 12.7 volts. Okay, and then the PV is putting in 14.5.
The solar panels, guys.
His battery is 12.7 right now, but it's not full charged. You can see it's not. It's only like 3 bars out of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has a 15 amp load. Right here, we're looking at the temperature of the battery. We have a sensor that goes to the battery. Okay. This is the same battery I use. It's made by Motor Light Company. You can see right here.
So that battery has a built-in temperature sensor?
No, your charge controller has a sensor right here.
Okay. And it's sensing the wire in?
You put the sensor on the battery. You stick it to
all right. That's
to the battery,
I didn't know
and it measures
about
the temperature of the battery while it's charging.
All right.
So if it gets too hot, you'll know it. You can look and see on your charge
controller. It'll shut it off.
Yeah, it will shut the system down. So as you can see, this is a Motor Light Solar Master Deep Cycle. This is 12 volt DC, 200 amp hour.
Okay.
I have 4 of these in my house.
What do these run if you
these
go buy
run 15,600 new.
Okay.
Maybe a little more depending on your distributor.
And we're talking Philippine pesos, guys,
yeah,
not the US.
Philippine pesos. And I got my set. I bought 4 batteries at the same time, 58,000.
Okay, not bad at all. So it's very eminently doable. You can do this for under 2,000 US.
Yes, definitely under 2,000 US dollars. You can build a nice system.
And it gets you a lot of conveniences.
And a lot of power.
Yeah,
you got plenty of power then. Okay, this is our 12,000 watt Solis inverter, and this is our battery, our Dynes battery. Okay, it comes with wheels and a cover to cover the electrical. This is my panel cover I've removed already because I want to show you folks how it hooks up inside. Okay, and we'll get to the breakers and we'll get to everything in a minute. Looking under the Dynes, you see you have your positive and negative terminal, your power switch to the battery to turn it on. They tell you to put it to dip switch setting number 3. This is for Wi-Fi connection if you want to hook up Wi-Fi to it, so you can monitor it via your phone or your computer. Communication in and communication out. This communication wire talks to the inverter. So it will tell the inverter when the battery is charged up. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to show on the camera. Okay, this is your plant. It shows your PVs. It shows your battery, the charge of your battery. It shows you how many kilowatts going through the whole system. If you're on the grid, it shows that. Okay, or a genset, it'll show that. Hooked up to your generator, the loads you have, your home, everything is displayed here. And then to get more in detail, you go to plant information, select it, and this tells you what your PVs are doing. As you see, our voltage is here, 160 volts, roughly. And current is only 1.5, 1.9, 1.8 amps at 240 watts. Now, you got to remember, we're at almost complete cloud cover right now. Mm-hmm. Rain, thick cloud cover with rain outside. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so low. But each one of these is set up for 2,200 watts. Each PV is set up as 2,200 watts. So you can see we're extremely low with the cloud cover. So we're not getting a lot of power charging the battery up. Okay, so then we'll go enter here. We'll go down to battery selection, which we hit down, moves it over. You can see my battery is 55% charged. You can see what the power is, 90 watts. And I've got it set for 100% charging off the panels, 53.1 volts at 1.6 amps current. Okay, that is right now what's happening. It's charging this system up. And we're running this system right now to power my house, which is running a freezer, 2 freezers, a refrigerator, and I'll show you those in a minute, our loads, and we're running lights or fans, whatever's going on in the house. We'll see when we go in there. Okay, but this is the setup. Now let's talk in more detail about how to hook it up. We looked at the panels upstairs, okay? You can look at the inside of the panel here. First of all, where it says gen, neutral, and line, This is where you want to hook your generator up. If you have a gen set, you'll hook it up right here. Okay? It'll automatically switch onto the gen set. If your battery's low, solar, or at night, it'll shift to the gen set. Here is your grid. If you're on the grid, you can hook your grid lines up right here. Your 2 lines coming in, such a 220 volt, your line in neutral, or in this case, 2 line, right? 110, 110. You hook it up right here. Down here is your output. These yellow wires you see coming down, these are my output going to my main panel. That orange plastic you see going up to the breaker, I believe it's going to the breaker first. See, right here. This is coming from the inverter up to the breaker. This breaker feeds the power for the white set, the soulless set, through this panel. This breaker is on. It's coming powered by this big battery, okay? And this inverter through the power PV panels and feeds over to my main breaker of my house. This is my main breaker, service breaker. And then the rest of this is all the loads of the house, the switches and...
Close up of your specific model numbers for your panel and whatnot, your manufacturer, your model number.
Yeah, these are Sassen 3SD512. Now you can get 18, 24 slot, whatever you want to buy. Various sizes. I only sized it for my house. Okay, so I have it hooked up for aircon, AC master, aircon is here on this one, and then I have other loads, switches and lights coming off the other loads. I'm going to upgrade this because I want to add aircon for each of the rooms. And when I do that, aircon in the living room, aircon in each of the bedrooms, I will have to have at least 3 more breakers. I'll upgrade this to a 15 or an 18. And that's easy to change out. They're very simple. Okay, so now if I want to go from the new system, before we get into the details of how we hook everything up, it's very simple. I did a push-pull breaker. If I want to shift from my old system, which is lead acid batteries with charge controller, and the panels you saw up on the red roof of my house that feed this old system is set up on a push-pull where I can use either the old or the new. You don't have to do that. This is like a budget system you're looking at. Okay, right here, the budget system's of black batteries. The high-end system is the solar inverter and batteries.
What was the cost of the battery panel?
The battery is I paid $98,000.
$98,000. So this is one of the big costs, and this is also
51.2 volts at 280 amp hour.
Yeah, this is the big one, guys.
You can get these up to 400 amp hour. You can buy whatever you want. It just costs you more money. You know, so these right now, these 280 amp hour, you add a second one. So for 200,000, you got 2 batteries. So that's $3,000. A little more. It's over $4,000. Okay, just in battery if you bought 2 of them. Each battery is going to run you almost 2,000. It's a 98,000. The inverter, 12,000 watt, you don't need in most cases. If you guys are looking for a budget system, don't go over 3,000. Okay, you're not running what I'm running. I'm running 1 horsepower water pump that draws 8 amps. Okay, so I pump water from my tank, my well, up to my tank, holding tank. I run freezers, I run refs, I sell ice, so I have to have power. And I'm completely off the grid here. So I upped my system size because I could afford to. I could up it to the 12,000 watt, but I'm only using 6,600 watts currently. We're going to hook up the other panels. We ran out of wire for the hookups. I didn't buy enough, and I thought I had enough here, and then I ran out, and I have to buy more now. So we'll take care of buying more wire, but let's get in now to the intricate details of the hookup. When you guys buy this inverter, it comes with communication cable, okay? This is a 8-wire Cat 6 communication cable that goes from the Dynas battery to the inverter so it could communicate. Then we also have this communication wire right here. This is 485 hooked up for communication. And then right here you have a CT to monitor the amperage right here. We're monitoring amperage going to the house.
So where's that hooked in?
This right here. There's a CT position right there. Okay, this is your BMS. BMS is Battery Management System.
BMS, Battery Management System.
This inverter manages your battery, so it talks to it back and forth, communicates. When the battery is full charge, this stops sending power to it. When you need power going to it, you set the parameters of how you want it to charge. This machine follows those parameters and charges your battery.
accordingly. Right now, I've got 100% going to it because I'm off grid. So, and then you see the light changing green here. The Dynes, you watch, okay? That's the charge of it right now. I'm about 55%.
Charge level? Okay, that's interesting.
The light is about 55, and then it shows you it's charging, okay? You can watch it. It's charging, but it's also discharging. If it's charging, see, typically right now I don't have any sun.
Yeah.
So it's discharging. You see it going down. If it's charging, the green will go like
flows
this
upwards. Okay.
and complete the D.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
So you can see that right on your visual display.
Glance at it, you know.
Okay, now underneath here, you see these connectors here, the red and black.
Yep.
Okay, you have 12 connections, but only 6. That's a positive and negative PV. Okay, so each set a series of panels you set up on the roof. I have 4 set up together. They're plugged in plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, and then the last panel, the negative and the plus of the first panel, I bring the wires down into PV1, which is the first slot here and first slot here. Okay, you can see it's written, it says PV1.
Yep.
Then this one says PV, what is that one? PV2, okay, PV3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So each one is labeled inside which PV uses. This is PV1, right behind it's PV3, and right behind that is PV, what is it, 5? Okay, 135. I'm in 135 right now because I'm plugged in here, here, and here. See, I'm in PV1, PV3, PV5. I still have PV2, 4, and 6 that I can hook up more panels to.
You have more expansion.
But you cannot expand beyond. I'm using 6,600 now.
You can't go beyond your
Go beyond 12,000.
12,000 is the cap. Okay.
But the other nice thing about it is you can set this. Let's have a seat here. My legs are getting cramped. This system right now, if you set up 9 panels in a string, which is the maximum, right? 9 times 550. Okay, that's what, 45, 4, 49, 50. You're running a lot of power.
Okay.
So right now I'm only running 2,200 per section, but you can go up to 4550 per section, per PV1, per PV2.
So there's a lot more capacity.
But you cannot go all the way PV1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at that because the maximum is 12,000 watts.
Okay.
So 6 slots, right now I'm running 6,600. When I set up the other 2 slots, right, 2,200 gives me 8,800. 2,200 again is going to be 1,000, over 10,000. That's the maximum I'm going to put on. It's going to be like 11,100.
Okay.
It's going to be my maximum because I've got 575 watt, 4 pieces, 2,300, and then the others are all 2,200.
Okay.
So that's going to max me up 11,100 of input from PV into this inverter. Even on cloudy days, you're getting light, and light is absorbed and transmitted. And right now we can look at it, and we are getting, I'll look at it and see how much we're actually getting. You see it's only 148, 218, and 230 watt. That's all we're getting from 2,200. So I have a loss of 1,900 watts right now with the clouds.
So you're running a deficit. Okay.
Right. So you could have more panels. In reality, you could have more panels on if it was always cloudy. The more panels, you still don't even reach 12,000.
So you can still, on a cloudy day, it'll come in handy.
Exactly.
If you have
on a bright sunny day, you don't want to exceed the 12. That's the key. Okay, so we talked about the PV hookups. You can see my wires. PV1, PV2, PV3. I have 3 more slots here up to PV6 at 2,200 watts. I pretty much can fill up 5 and then add another panel or 2 into the last slot, however you want to do it. Okay, and then your red and black connectors here, these go to the Dynes battery. Okay, you see them following? They're going right to the battery, to the top of the battery. Okay, so my house power is the yellow. The battery is right here. You have the ability in this unit to hook up your genset and the grid. Okay, and then you also can hook up 2 batteries like this. I can put another battery. If I wanted to hook up this set of batteries here to here on battery 2, I would tell it that battery 2 is lead acid. I give the specs and what size the battery is and set it up to charge the lead acid batteries. But I don't want to combine the 2s. I'm going to leave the system separate.
For redundancy or
in
what?
the future,
Well, in the future, I'm going to add a second battery here.
You're going to add another one.
Another Dynas
Oh,
battery.
okay.
But I may not get it. I may buy the same brand, but I can get it out of Manila for 88,000.
Okay.
I can save 10,000 pesos. Buying it for 85, shipping it for 3,000. That's the shipping cost to Masbate from Manila. So that's 88. And then I just go to town, pick it up, put it in my truck, and drive it here.
Okay.
So you can get them cheaper. You just have to shop around.
Okay.
So the key is shopping around. Most people won't need it. And also there's another communication right here. You can see this one. This one you can hook up your computer. Inside has a slot to hook up a computer cable. USB.
USB, what does that
Inside
do?
to go to your computer, so you can do all your data link and everything on your computer.
Okay.
And you can do all your program. There's a lot to this panel.
They have an app for the computer? That's
Yeah.
what you mean? Okay.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, wow.
And this one, you have plant information, alarm information. If you get an alarm, you can look at what the alarm was. Okay, your station settings, you can set your whole station up. Let me just flip through. Let's go down to alarm. Okay, I don't have any alarms. Okay, let's escape. Let's go down to system settings. Now, here's all your selections for system setting. You have parallel setting, basic setting. You can go through all of these. I can't read them good from this angle, but you can see them on the camera there. And so these are your system settings, okay? And then down here is professional. That says professional settings, okay? I guess if you're a professional at this, there are certain settings that you can do as a professional that the experts on the system know only.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to this panel. It completely tells you the entire system. You're able to see the entire system at a glance, just right here. Push a few buttons. If you have an alarm, the alarm's going to go off. Right here, a yellow light will flash. If your operation is normal, you have power on and operation. There's a power on switch and a reset on the side. Also, look at the side of the inverter there. You can show your camera probably. And you see there's a throw switch and a push button. Okay, those are your controls for the power for the inverter.
All right.
Turning it on and off. So this is a Solus 12,000 watt inverter. Excellent system. I highly recommend Solus. I highly recommend the Dynas battery. There's also a CTS battery, just as good, but also it's kind of set up for the Philippines. It's for higher temperatures.
Okay.
So we don't have high temperature here on the beach, but if I was in a city environment, black asphalt, everything makes everything hotter. You might want to go to a CTS battery instead.
Yep.
And if anybody needs seller's information for here, I can help you with that. If you want to purchase it, I have several distributors I buy from. If you're on Masbate Island and you want a professional to come and set this up, contact me. We have installers that work with me. We will do your system for you on Masbate only. The reason is because the people who work with me also are the electricians who run the village generators in the nearby villages, so they have a job to do, and they cannot leave. They have to be back by 6 p.m. To start their gen sets every night. So if we do a job for somebody, normally it'll be like 8 to 4 type working time. Your install will depend on the complexity of it, how many panels we're doing, what system you're doing. These are extremely heavy units. This battery alone is 110 kilos.
Wow.
Okay, that battery is 110 kilos. That's why having wheels, being able to move it around is great. This unit is about, I would say, probably 50 kilos. It's very heavy as well. I'm not going to open up all the electronics and there's fans inside and everything. It's a whole big thing that nobody needs to know right now. But what we're teaching you is basic electrical connection and setup. So if you need help, contact me. If you can't reach me, give it a hold of James. He'll reach me, and we'll help you guys.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Michael. You've given me a lot of ideas. Now I know what I'm doing. Appreciate it a lot. All right, guys. Next, we're going to talk about Michael's his legacy budget system here.
My old system we had prior to installing the new one, the beautiful one here.
And it's still operational.
Yeah, so it's fully operational. This is lead acid batteries down here that we purchased. You can show them this. We purchased these batteries from Motolite. If you look at the label on the side of the battery.
Motolite.
Up, you see it there? No. These are heavy. You see the label on the battery. It says Motolite Solar Master Deep Cycle. These are 12 volt DC, 200 amp hour. It's known as an 8 Delta, 8D battery. Okay, it's a top of the line deep cycle battery sold by Motolite for solar systems.
and it is 200 amp hour, 12 volt. And the way we work it is we connect them in series. Tomorrow, my birthday's tomorrow. We got them hooked up in series and then hooked up in parallel. The series gives us 24 volts DC because they're 12 volt. Thank you, we're online now. Go play. So I have 24 volts, parallel together, 24 volts, 200 becomes 200 in series. 200 becomes 200. Parallel them, you end up with 400 amp hour.
Okay.
So we're looking at 24 volt DC, 400 amp hour.
Okay.
Now, to charge these batteries properly, you need a charge controller. Okay, if you don't have a hybrid inverter, like we showed in a previous video, the green one, it's a NERN hybrid inverter. If you don't have a hybrid inverter, you must have a charge controller. And I have this sitting here temporary because we're actually going to hook up two more. I'm going to hook the rest of the system up with this. I had 3,000 watts of power coming here. And the reason I call it temporary is we're going to move this over to another home that we have where we're going to create a gaming with all of our computers we have. So this solar system, the old solar system, is going to eventually power that. Now, you need a charge controller. Okay, this shows you the PV and the battery are normal. There's no error. If it was blinking here, you'd have an error code. And this would be lit if I had a load coming off of it. I don't have any load hooked up on these two, okay? I have PV in, plus and minus. I have a sensor that monitors the temperature of my battery. I've got the sensor sitting, where's the sensors? They're just little guys. Oh, right here, I have it taped on the battery. Okay, this tells temperature of the battery when it's charging. So I run, there's actually three sensors when I hook up all of them. So you'll have a sensor, I'll put them on 3 of the batteries so I can monitor the temperature of the battery. And it also will shut down the charging if it gets too hot. Okay, so this is a charge controller, and these I highly recommend, SRNE. You could buy these, this is an MPPT, solar charge controller. Okay, MPPT. This one you can monitor everything. We can monitor how many amps are coming to for charging from the PV to the battery. We know that the PV is now at 76.2 volts. That is 2 units hooked together. It's putting out to the battery 25.2 volts DC. Hold on, let me get somebody. We're live online making a video. Let me get somebody to get your ice. How many? We spoke about the charge controller. We spoke about the batteries. Never hook up a PV directly to your battery, ever. Because what happens is it will put out a voltage. If you're using, say, for example, a 12 volt panel, 300 watt, 12 volt panel, and you hook it to your battery, the battery normal charging for that is about 13.4 volts. And the voltage out of a 300 watt panel is 17.8 volts. So now imagine how quickly your battery is going to burn up. You're going to overheat it. You're going to burn your battery right out. Maybe 1 day or 2 days, your battery is toast. And you're buying a new battery. So never do it. Charge controller always. PV to charge controller to battery, and always use breakers in line, like you see here. It's just hanging here now because we're only got this temporary. I'm not going to leave it permanent. We're using it now. Okay, and I'll show you in a second how we're using it. Now, from the PV panel to the charge controller to the battery, from the battery you're going to the inverter. Okay, the inverter, this one is a 24 volt DC, 3000 watt SNAT, S-N-A-T, SNAT inverter, pure sine wave inverter with charger. Okay. This system here is a beautiful little inverter for a budget because this one costs you about 12,500 pesos on Shopee.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Very good deal. 3,000 watts, 12,500. Keep in mind, I said 24 volt DC. That is why I have 24 volt set up on my batteries. You can buy these 12 volt, 3,000 watt. Okay. 24 volt, 3,000 watt. 48 volt, 3,000 watt. It's up to you what you want to buy.
How you want to bundle it.
Now, you can buy these batteries. in 48 volt. The lithium. You don't have to use lead acid.
Okay.
You don't need a. If you're using a hybrid inverter, this one you can't. You need a. This one needs a charge controller to the battery.
The charge controller.
Yeah, and these they sell for lithium batteries as well.
Okay.
And you can charge it. You can get for 48 volt, whatever.
Yep.
You set it up. This one, mine is set up. If you look at the front panel right here, you see it says battery voltage, 12 and 24. The maximum on the 2440 that I have here is 24 volts.
Okay.
And at 24 volts, the maximum power wattage solar is 1100 watts.
Okay.
That is why I use 550 watt solar panels.
Okay. Okay.
Times 2, 1100 watts. I maximize my charge controller and give as much power as possible to charge the battery.
Okay.
And this controls the charge controller controls the amperage and voltage going to the battery. When the battery is charged, it knows it, it keeps track of it, and shuts off the power to it. Okay, it stops charging. The SNAT inverter. The beauty of this one is you have a connection for on-grid or a generator if you wanted, and you have a connection for your going out to your main panel. So you can be on-grid or off-grid. Your off-grid is your connectors on the left side, the red and black, on the side of the blue box. That's your battery power. And your on-grid is right here where you see these two black wires. Those are going up to my panel right now. That's my service connection, and the two below it are the connection for your grid.
Okay.
So you can hook your grid straight up.
Yep.
So now your grid can be used with your SNAT inverter to charge your batteries. It has charge with
So your
charger.
batteries are topped off even if it's a cloudy day.
Correct. You use your grid to power
Makes
and
it
charge
easy.
your batteries.
Easy.
So this is a beautiful little system for off-grid. Any of you guys want a cheap system? Buy yourself a lithium battery, first of all. You can use this inverter as a cheap inverter, or you can go with a hybrid inverter. Might cost you 15,000 pesos to 20,000 for a hybrid inverter, 3,000 watt, as we're going to show you in another video. But this one is a beautiful little system, very inexpensive for those of you who are really looking to go inexpensive. I recommend this 25.6 volt battery, 280 amp hour over the lead acid batteries. I highly recommend it. Lithium discharges to a deeper discharge, allowing you to have more power for longer.
More service life as well.
Right. So that's our system. We have two set up. And did we show them how to shift it already?
Maybe earlier, but
Okay, let's show
is
you
it
how
okay
to
to do
shift.
that now, or will it
I
disrupt
can do it
things?
right now.
All right, guys, this is really cool.
We're going to show you how to shift. We're on the white system now with the battery. Okay, we're running off this system. This is the system coming up. The white system here, the Solus, the yellow wires. The black wires are from the old system battery. All I do to shift power, and if I had a phone in my hand powered in, or my TV on, it doesn't make even a difference. My solar, nothing changes.
Yep, just like that. One goes on, one
Down.
goes off.
We're running off the old system. The old system's
So now
powering my
your
house.
D is going up instead of down.
Yep, now it's charging. You see
Yeah.
that? More power now is going to the battery.
Yeah.
I'm able to charge this battery up while I alternate and shift to this system, which already has some charge on the battery.
Just like that. Flawless. Switch.
Now, hear the beeping?
Yeah, you're too low.
That's because this one's already low.
It's already
This
done.
one only has, I think, 25 amp hours out of 27 amp hours.
Oops.
So this is low right now, 3 bars or 4 bars, but it's telling me it's not full charge.
Uh-huh.
So that's why
Flip it back.
I can leave it beeping.
Okay, how long? How long
And
will it
it
last
will
then?
run. Right now, we have enough light. It will run my refrigerator, my 2 freezers and my ref.
Wow,
They'll stay running for maybe an hour.
crazy. Okay.
They're 20. I have 27 amp hours to play with.
Okay.
Okay, and one freezer is running 1.2 amps inverter or freezers, around 1.2 amps each, and the refrigerator maybe it's running 1.2 to 1.4 amps.
All right, excellent.
Okay. So yeah, we can let it beep if you want to listen to it. It's kind of irritating.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to just go ahead and shift it back. We're okay. We got plenty of power. And now the beeping shuts off. Now that system's charging, and this one's slightly charging.
Just
But-
ever so slowly.
Yeah, ever so slowly because it just rained.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
power.
yeah. It's over.
Okay.
Not a lot of solar energy today. Okay, good. All right, Michael's got an interesting coffee table / display here, guys. You collected Gigantes Island. Where else?
These were collected here on the beach, most of them. And we got some, like this one was at Gigante Island, these purple ones and this red one. These corals here, the gray one here and over here, these I got from Gigante Island. I paid 1,000 pesos for the 2 pieces.
Wow.
But some of these, as someone pointed out to me, are protected species. I've tried to remove them. If you see any in here that's protected, and you know that, then feel free to shoot me a line and I'll remove it out of there and throw it back on the beach, because they're just shells. And
It's all dead.
we're not selling them. We didn't take them to sell. It's only a display, and it's our beach is 100 yards. We can just take out, if there's something that's not right, we can take out and throw it right back in the beach.
Okay. Just to give you all an idea of what Michael's running in his house here, so you can see what that system is supporting.
Okay, we have 55-inch TV here, and outside at times we have a 32-inch TV with a music box out here that we run. We also have computer gaming. I have 6 computers set up here on my porch. We have the villagers come for computer gaming to play games, and they can run all 6 at the same time. We have plenty of power.
So you
for
can
that.
do. He's doing computer gaming, guys. He's got a huge TVs, and he's running it all on solar.
Yeah, this is our big TV. We run fans. We run lighting here. All of our lighting is recessed lighting. We turn some lights on.
Yeah, nice.
We have plenty of lighting in the house. You can run, this is all solar. We're off the grid. We can change the lights to get brighter if we want. The electrical for the stove. And then we have, just for igniter, we have a 4-door refrigerator. And again, it's an inverter refrigerator. Okay, now everybody who's running inverter in the Philippines, I'm going to give you a little hint. You see this little unit down here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is an AVR.
Yep.
It costs about 250 pesos on Shopee. It's very inexpensive. Do not run your inverter appliances without an AVR.
Yep.
Because you won't have an appliance in a few months. It's gone.
Exactly.
It's ruined. And that gives me a lot of business here in the Philippines fixing refrigerators because they're burning the motherboards out.
Yep. Yep.
So we run our refrigerators running. Okay, and then back here, again, we have lighting, everything. We're running refs, freezers. We chill our bags with this one. We freeze them in here, and then we take frozen and run this freezer. Put it in here. We keep Coke and
Excellent.
other things, see frozen ice in here.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer? What about it?
We're planting in the school.
Look at this.
The garden.
You gotta get this. They're working the garden in the pouring down rain.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Plant already the eggplant.
Okay. That's my wife
So
Charm
get the-
and Inday
Get the fertilizer. We
and
need more.
Cabo, Judith. Some of you might have seen videos of Judith.
It's me.
The crazy dancer? Yeah, this is the one.
It's nice to plug there in school.
Oh, I'll do a plug for Judith. Okay. Or you, Judith is single
Oh, let me.
Ready
All right.
to
All
and
right.
ready to mingle. Actually, we're running. If you look at our loads, we're running quite a lot of loads just on solar here, and we're totally off the grid.
Yeah. Yep.
And look at my AVR. I'm running everything, even though I'm running this freezer, I have to run extension cord. I have no plug on this wall. So I'm running it, and to keep it on the AVR and the extension cord here so we can walk. But it's running right here off the AVR, and this freezer is running off the AVR here.
Excellent.
These are nice because those of you who are from the US want to bring your 110 appliances here.
Yep.
Here is 110 volt right here. 110 volt right on your AVR. You can plug in right there and run your 110 volt.
Okay.
I do it all the time. I have a heater I use to seal my water up. Another appliance we use is a water purifier unit from Kent Prime Plus. This is my form of making mineral water. Okay, and it'll have flow in a minute. Water flow comes through this for my water tank system. Goes into the unit. This will increase speed now as the water's flowing into the unit. This is your filter system to filter all your impurities out. You can adjust TDS also. Look who's down there doing laundry. Darren.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and now to get mineral water, all you do, I have my container here. Okay, and this one is, it's almost full. Just fill it on up, then we cap it, then we use a heat gun, and we will heat this bottle and seal it, so when we put it into our mineral water dispenser, it doesn't spill water all over the place. Okay, I'm just gonna move this one over here. These are full of reject water, I have one left. I
to do mineral. And then we just open like this and let it fill up with mineral water. Once this is full, again, then we seal it. So we make our own mineral water and we sell mineral water. This is 35 pesos per container.
Okay, that's pretty good profit on water, yeah.
So we make that, and then we have our seals right here, plastic seals. We buy thousands of them, and you just shut it. And if you're not going to be filling it, which we're going to leave here in a second, so I will just cap this and get it on here. There you go. So it's ready to fill up whenever I'm ready. This is fresh okra from the garden.
Yeah.
We just picked this morning. They just picked it, and bell pepper, some small native bells. Okay, we're going to draw you an inexpensive system for Wi-Fi. For those of you who are on a budget or budget-minded or just don't need a lot of power, you live in the province, you have grid power, you just want to supplement that sometimes if the grid has a brownout to be able to turn on your own power, etc. Okay, so what I'm going to recommend to you, because they're fairly inexpensive, is the 550 watt solar panels. These panels, typically around the Philippines right now, they're running around 3,600 pesos per panel. Okay, and that's pretty common all around the Philippines. Anywhere you might go, you're going to pay about 3,600 pesos per panel. So if we're looking at 4 panels hooked up, you're probably looking at 14,400 pesos. Okay, and that gets you 4 panels. From the panels, we're going to set you up with a really inexpensive hybrid system. The panels then can hook directly. You have a panel here with a plus and a minus. Everyone has a plus and a minus connector on the panel. So put your panels in place and just wire.
Let's pause.
Okay, so looking at the panels, you're going to connect them, the plus and minus, together, just like you see shown here. And you're going to be left with a plus and a minus coming down, and you're wiring, okay, from your solar panels. Now, with a hybrid system, it's very simple. You just need to then purchase an inverter, a hybrid on-grid, off-grid inverter. Very simple, on-grid, off-grid, which gives you the capability of connecting to the grid, which is 220 volts. You're going to have it's going to say line and neutral. Because we're 220, 2-wire only here in the Philippines, you're going to connect 1 wire here to L, 1 wire here to N. Okay, that's going to be a 110, 110 for a total of 220 coming in. So that's 220 volts input into from the grid. From your battery, you have, these are typically batteries that produce about 43 volts DC each, okay, and around and about 13.46 amps.
You mean the PVs? So,
yeah, the PVs.
Yeah, the PVs.
So when the solar panels are going to produce about 13.46 amps,
okay.
But connecting them here like this in series is going to keep it at 13.46.
Okay.
But it's going to give you the full 2,200 watts.
Okay.
Into your inverter. Now, a hybrid inverter, they have one, it's called ANERN inverter, hybrid on-grid, off-grid inverter. The price of this today, I looked, was 4,995 pesos. Okay, you can find it on Shopee, you can find them on Lazada. You look for this, and it is a 3 kW inverter. So your panels are 2,200 watt, but you have the ability to up it to, the maximum on this is 3.2K. So you can up it to 6 panels.
So you can expand in the future, guys. If you want to expand your system, you can add a couple more panels.
And then if you really want to expand more, you already have the panels, you upgrade to a 4.2 or a 6.5 or an 8 kW. In my case, I've got a 12 kW, but you're able to bring it up to whatever you want. So you're going to hook the panels directly in. There are PV connectors directly into your hybrid inverter. And here we recommend you to put in a breaker. Put in a breaker.
How many amp?
And 40 to 60 amp.
40 to 60 amp breaker, guys.
Depending if you want to upgrade.
Okay. If you're gonna add that extra couple panels, you better buy the 60.
You might as well go to a 60, just a little extra money, okay? But we're only bringing in 13.46 amps. So a 40 will be fine.
40 is adequate.
Okay, it's adequate. If you want to add more or change your system in the future and go really big, whatever, you can do strings of 9 panels into the type of inverter I have, which is a 12 kW. Okay, you can go 9 panel string. This is a 4 panel string. Okay, now we're going into a hybrid inverter where we're going to bring the power in, the DC power coming in from the panels into the inverter, and this is typically around 43 volts DC coming in. But you don't need a charge controller with the system because the inverter knows what the panels are sending into it.
Okay.
And it adjusts your panel output.
So it's acting as charge controller.
It's a charge controller built in.
Okay, it's built
and
in.
a lot of them
So you
have,
don't need 3 pieces, you only need 2.
Exactly, you just need one inverter. And now this one can be, sometimes there's 60 amp built-in charge controller and PPT controller.
Okay.
Sometimes they're 100 amp in PPT controller. Okay, so now you have your panels, you have your inverter, and then the last thing, for those of you who want a battery system, if you want to be completely off-grid, or if you go into a brownout or blackout situation, if you take the battery here, I recommend you buy a minimum above a 12.8 or 12.6, whatever they're selling, volt DC, okay, and a 280 amp hour. And we priced these this morning. These are running about less than 21,000. We'll call it 20,400, but it's 21,000. Okay, so if you look at the budget price right now, wiring is going to cost you about 70 pesos. I'll put it right down here. Wiring, 70 to 100 pesos per meter. So if you were to get, depending on how high or how far away your panels will be from your inverter, will depend on the length of wire that you will need. And also you need to make a jumper or wire. Sometimes they come with it, like mine did. It came with the battery. The battery had jump cables to go to tie in the plus and minus into the inverter.
Excellent.
So you have your own hookup. They give you your cables with it. Okay, so 70 to 100 per meter. Let's say on a typical house, you're going to need 40 meters, 20 and 20 for each line, right? This line is 20, this line is 20. So 40 meters, maximum you're going to pay will be 4,000. Okay, at 100 per meter. So let's add this up. We got 21,000. You got 4,000 for wiring. You got $49.95 for the inverter. And you have 14,400 for the solar panels. Gives you 14. You're looking at a grand sum total of 44,395 pesos.
Very affordable.
To install this system. Now somebody was asking about 100 kW, 100,000 pesos or less. We just met your goal.
Excellent.
We more than met your goal.
Excellent.
With a very good system.
So hear that, guys. You can do it. You can do it potentially for under 45,000
This is
pesos.
doing it yourself.
If you do it yourself, now you're going to hire somebody to wire it. It's going to cost a little more for the labor. Right. Good electricians don't cost that much here in the Philippines.
Right. So you can get an electrician for one day for 1,000 pesos.
Excellent.
So even if we had 1,000 for labor for one day, or 2 guys, 1,500.
Yeah.
Okay, for labor and
We're
a
still
helper.
way under 1,000 US.
5,9,854, 45,895 pesos.
All right, and this is the budget system, guys. We covered earlier the whole house system, but if you want a budget system that's going to give you your bare necessities, this is it.
Now, let me tell you what this will run. Okay, for those of you in the daytime, you can run a 1/2 horsepower air con. You can run a refrigerator. You can run a freezer. You can run your fans and your lights in your house. Basically, you can run a small house on a 2,200 watt system.
Amazing.
Okay?
Totally amazing. All right. Well, I think we're good then. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to add, Michael? I think we got it. Call it a wrap?
Okay, it's a wrap.
All right. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Really awesome.